Attenzione, siamo a 30 secondi dal via per questa prova campionato italiano Entrobordo corsa categoria Racer. Via il cartello dei 30 secondi, accensione del semaforo rosso, verde. E guardate la spettacolarità di queste imbarcazioni, questi motori Alfa Romeo 2000. Ed è Pinuccio Casanova che prende il comando davanti alla guardate le scie d'acqua che sollevano queste stupende imbarcazioni, sono tutte motorizzate Alfa Romeo. Allunga Pinuccio Casanova, alle sue spalle Maurizio Selli con lo scafo verde numero 3, poi troviamo Rinaldo Marcandelli con il scafo giallo numero 11, con l'85 Antonio Bianchi, scafo rosso. All'esterno con il numero 60 Massimo Saccani, nelle retrovie con il 17 scafo blu per secondo spaccio, ed eccolo Pinuccio Casanova al comando. Procede Maurizio Selli in seconda posizione, Marcandelli, Antonio Bianchi alle sue spalle con il numero 13 Giorgio Grossi, motonautica Boretto Po. Vediamo un po' anche le imbarcazioni in acqua con il 3 Maurizio Selli con uno scafo Clerici, con l'11 Rinaldo Marcandelli con uno scafo Speroni, Grossi con il 13 uno scafo Molinari, poi troviamo secondo spazio con uno scafo Lucini. Maurizio Selli e Rinaldo Marcandelli entro i due, mentre si portano alla virata a monte, sempre Maurizio Selli in seconda posizione. C'è il giro veloce ed è quello di Giuseppe Casanova, 57,9, media 124, 352 il suo secondo passaggio. Guardate comunque il duello fra Rinaldo Marcandelli e Maurizio Marcandelli. Dopo le prove disputate, Maurizio Selli si era aggiudicato la prova di Borgoforte, in quell'occasione aveva preceduto addirittura anche Pinuccio Casanova. Con Pinuccio Casanova si è preso immediatamente la rivincita nella prova di Chignolo Po, dove ha preceduto proprio Maurizio Selli, mentre in quella occasione Rinaldo Marcandelli era rimasto attardato. Troviamo è andata via via scomparendo dopo l'ingresso dei catamarani nella classe R2000. Una categoria questa di là che poi è riscoperta e riportata nuovamente in circuito con una propria fisionomia, una propria velocità, Leonardo Marcangalli consolida la sua seconda posizione. Vediamo si è migliorato nuovamente al quinto passaggio di una 57,3, valore 125,654, quindi per la quarta posizione. Ora addirittura Massimo Saccani si è avvicinato a Maurizio Sebi, probabilmente qualche problema qualche calo di motore per Maurizio Sebi, risucchiato in pochissime tornate dalla costa che si trovava, ed eccolo in effetti con il numero 63 Giorgio Siliero, che raggiunge il confine di partenza, mentre ormai sta calando continuamente di giri l'uscita della diretta valle, riesce a superare il secondo spazio, il quale tenta di resistere in questo momento. Ormai in questa campionato deve solo controllare il secondo spazio della virata a monte. Ormai è in avviso del traguardo Pinuccio Casanova, in classe fuori bordo corsa 350, valevole quale Valdamel Marzalek, che sarà in acqua con l'imbarcazione numero 11. Veronica Boretto, alle spalle Francesco cantando, Veronica Boretto e ora Francesco cantando all'inseguimento di Marco Gastaldi. Vediamo la virata, c'è una stessa cosa di Gastaldi, ci sono praticamente bloccati Gastaldi. Francesco cantando ne approfitta nelle posizioni di rimasta osservata alle sue spalle, c'è la più veloce nel tempo, ed è proprio Marco Gastaldi a conferma della sua ottima prova che tira in 59,5. Attenzione, semaforo rosso, verde. Caso 10 giri da percorrere, quindi dovremo complessivamente percorrere 20 km del circuito allestito dalla motonautica di Boretto Po in occasione di questa 34esima Sagra del Po con il patrocinio del Banco di Sant'Emiliano e San Prospero. Siamo alla Giuseppe Casanova al comando, il magazzino 18 alle sue spalle con il numero con la Classic Silver Botta di campione d'Italia, e quest'anno tra l'altro ospiterà anche una delle due prove italiane del campionato mondiale di Formula 1, un maggiore allungo forse quello di Antonio Bianchi. Mentre pensate solo dopo 2 giri il vantaggio che ha già Pinuccio Casanova, portacolori della motonautica Sagra del Po. Media 123, 0,77 Pinuccio Casanova, comunque dando il massimo, si migliora ancora, 57,8, media 124, 567. Tutti provando veramente all'altezza della situazione in ogni categoria. Specialmente nelle virate che sono fatto più spettacolare, ma anche con le marcazioni che commentano migliorate nel frattempo ancora Giuseppe Casanova, 57,6. Si va stabilizzando quando ci avviciniamo alle battute conclusive di questa prova del campionato italiano. di campione d'Italia, Giorgio Brozzi, e poi anche questa prova del campionato italiano della classe dell'Entrobordo corso da Recera andrà in archivio e ci prepareremo alla via della prova della fuoribordo corso 350, valevole quale prova del campionato italiano della categoria.
Lake Lugano in Italy, a stretch of water which is steeped in powerboat racing history. For decades, men and machines have attempted high speed on these waters, waters that are often unpredictable and difficult to race on. At one end of the lake is the city of Lugano. The Swiss mountains are all around, but this is Campione d'Italia, a tiny state, a part of Italy entirely surrounded by Switzerland. It's isolated from the mother country, but is entirely Italian. An Italian police force, Italian language, Italian currency, Italian waters on which to race. And it's here this weekend that the 5th round of the Formula One World Powerboat Championship takes place. Campione has been active in powerboat racing for many years. Between the wars, men were building machines here in an attempt to achieve the highest speeds on water. Race headquarters for the weekend is set in an old church. In fact, you could say that racing is almost a religion around here. The Classic Silverboat Club are the organisers of what could turn out to be a critical round in the championship. Campione d'Italia is truly tiny. Just a few houses, a few thousand people living here, but enough space amongst the tiny alleyways to squeeze a massive casino. You're never far from the water in Campione, the racecourse sited on Italian waters that are, of course, entirely surrounded by Swiss ones. You could say that boating is in the blood here. Unlike many other racecourses that Formula One visits throughout the year, Campione is somewhat different, because here the racing club is active all year round, particularly with the racer class. Built along the traditional lines and powered by inboard Alfa Romeo engines, these boats are in every respect classic in their design. Their course just outside each driver's front door. There can be few courses in more dramatic and beautiful settings than this. But it's a special weekend for the racers, a highlight of the year as the Formula One and Formula 3 World Championship drivers come to town to contest for their world points. The racers put on the very best show possible. For some, there are memories of racing days gone by. For others, a contest yet to come. As well as Formula 3 and Formula 1 World Championship events this weekend, some rare museum pieces appear from time to time, and this weekend's no exception. This is a 1953 Ferrari-powered boat, 4.5 litres V12. It makes a fantastic sound, and it's a rare honour to see it on the water. Neither the Japanese nor British drivers nor anybody else have raced anything like this before. Some 7 years after it was built, it achieved a world water speed record. But today, the racers put on a magnificent show. If it wasn't for safety requirements, they would be racing literally with the wind in their hair. The boats almost seem ideally suited to the choppy waters of Lake Lugano. And competition is tough throughout the 2 heats of the day. In the true tradition of sport, it doesn't seem to matter who wins. It's the nature of the battle that counts. The racers with 2 great heats over the Formula One weekend. But down in the paddock and out on the racecourse, there is great expectation this weekend. The World Championship points are extremely close. But the drivers have to compete not only with each other, but nature and crossing ferries as well. Somehow it all manages to work. Beautiful clear waters here on Lake Lugano providing a perfect setting for this 5th round of the World Championship. Already, however, there has been controversy in the camp. The Formula One drivers have convened a meeting as a result of the course being shortened by some 200 meters from its original sighting. One round of qualification has already taken place, and the course being modified has altered the nature of the competition for the weekend. The Formula One drivers, concerned at this, convened and had the course changed back to its original position, 1,000 meters from buoy to buoy. Safety on everybody's mind. New safety procedures have been installed in Formula One, which sees special light systems fitted to every boat. A pace boat will be used in Formula One in future, and for now, the practicalities of using these lights are being tested. Red for stop and orange for racing under the pace boat control. Fabrizio Bocca has taken delivery of the brand new 94 DAC. For the first time, he will race with an enclosed canopy. There's almost a record entry list here this weekend, 33 boats to qualify for just 24 positions on the grid. The flags of the nations fluttering over the top of the paddock. This is the boat of Giuliano Landini, a very successful 500cc hydroplane driver. Göran Karloff from Sweden, who has become increasingly competitive in the international Burgess. He won the qualifying race last year at Cardiff. He's getting faster at every Grand Prix and soon could be on the winner's podium. But the preparation here this weekend, well, everyone's taking great attention to the detail. Propellers, electrics, everything has to be perfect if you're to stand any chance of qualifying here at all. Teams that have been contesting Formula One for many years know the importance of immaculate preparation. But there's a new team here this weekend, Pertti Lepälä from Finland. Now, you've come to Formula One straight from Formula 4, which is a very big step. You've had one testing session here with the other Formula One drivers. Is it like you thought it would be?
No, it's not. I mean, I've been driving at home with this boat. It's, really nice weather. And, I never drove with those boats together, and I can believe it. Those waves and so rough weather here, especially here. Those other guys, they told me, especially here, so rough weather, and it's so hard to drive and to get the boat in the balance.
You've done an enormous amount in a very few weeks. Tell me what happened.
Yeah, that happens somewhere middle of the summer when I find out I can get money together and make this project go on. And I have already decided in 1990 when I started Formula 4 that 1994 is that year when I go into Formula 1. And I've been working really hard to get all this together, and this transporting company Talus, he was that last pieces in my budget and everything. He has been pushing me and telling me and giving me everything, his support to get me going.
Thomas Eriksson from Sweden, a long-time competitor in Formula One and becoming increasingly competitive with the other championship runners to the point that soon he surely will be on the podium alongside Göran Karloff. Many drivers coming from Scandinavia, the popularity of powerboat racing stemming from strong national championship racing in the smaller classes. Zamparelli's 94 DAC has the batteries housed in either side in the sponsons, in contrast to Cappellini's boat, which actually contains fuel in the sponsons to create a lower centre of gravity. The two Jelf brothers, Owen and Colin, are here this weekend, hoping for better things in their Grand Prix racing careers. Peter Eriksson has had a disaster on the way down here. His boat, involved in a car accident, has seen him hire a new boat from the Lynx team. Scrutineering extremely strict now. The world governing body, the UIM, tightening up on the rules in the interests of the drivers and the championship. Special flotation devices are compulsorily fitted to all boats to ensure, should they turn over in an accident, that they float with the driver contained, potentially unconscious, above the water. High-performance engineer Steve West has a continuous queue of drivers and mechanics waiting to come and see him in his truck. Communications also getting increasingly popular in the pits. seemingly every driver and mechanic has a new international telephone. Swedish driver Göran Karloff took delivery of a new 94 Burgess at the beginning of this season. It's dramatically affected his performance, and he could do very well here this weekend. 33 boats have entered in Formula 1 alone, as well as all the Formula 3 people. Yeah. Is it extra pressure for you to qualify, or are you happy you'll make the top 24 without any trouble?
No, it's the same pressure every time, and I hope I will be in the top 5 at the end now, because the engine is running better and better, so I think I have the chance there. I've now been in Formula 1 for 4 years now, and I'm trying to build up this team so professional as possible. So I think in the next 1 or 2 years there will be big changes for this team, to have bigger budget, more better chances to go for the World Championship.
Another driver with his eyes on the World Championship is